computer. Hold on a second if it's doing this right. Okay, so if everybody's ready, I'm gonna go ahead and start what I call sort of like the induction kind of phase of taking a deep breath in and letting that out as comfortably or as naturally as you feel in this moment, so that we can begin to take our mental awareness to the energy field around us. So we'll begin by defining the boundaries of what I consider points of presence or mental awareness of your front, back, left, and right sides of the field around you. And as you start to bring awareness to these areas, we're going to start to further feel those boundaries as our frequency activates. And that basically this is the beginning of initiating your foundational frequency. And when you feel you've established these points of presence, we're going to take our attention above about 5 or 6 feet to start to see, sense, feel, imagine, or visualize detecting the light of source. In the beginning, this feeling of source light will feel like a dispersion of light particles. But as you continue to bring your attention and focus to this light, the light will start to collect and group into pools, which will then concentrate like random spotlights. And as they're moving around, you'll start to see, sense that they all converge into one. And with our focus on source light and the divine light path, we're going to begin to travel downward through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, feet, down through the earth star, further down into the crystalline core of the planet, so that we are anchoring, centering, balancing with Mother Earth in the heart of Gaia, setting the intention to clear and transmute all low-level frequencies, negative energies across all time, dimension, space, and realities, as we fully and completely release any density into the planet. We feel lighter as our consciousness now travels back up through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing even farther into our pinpoint connection to source. Understanding that we're creating a chakra circuit pathway that allows our light and the energy to flow freely and clearly unobstructed as we feel this connection to source. We will then travel back down through the divine light field, through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, homing and centering into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe, allowing our divine column and pillar of light to expand along with it, allowing us to expand to connect to the galactic center so that we may sense the void, feel the void, expand into the void, become the void. And then this expansion, we are all one. I'm quickly going to ask Starfire luminaries, please activate quickly. I call upon the cosmic table of light and I ask for source light records for, boy, I didn't see there was somebody. There's several people here that I didn't expect. Sorry, that kind of distracted me for a second. I call upon the cosmic table of light to open source light records for myself, Vera Valencia, Takakura, Denise Scott, Monique Casper, Ellen Warren, Michelle London, Shelby McGee, Tamara Pasick, and then we have another Michelle.
Michelle Passion.
Okay, Michelle Passion, thank you. And as I move to open the records, I turn my hand over to expand the records high and wide until they expand into the light of the sky. Setting the intention that all healings, clearings, support, guidance, assistance, frequency, vibration, information streams, downloads come forth for us in the highest vibration and frequency in session. Honoring and acknowledging and requesting the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, beings of light, and guides. Opening the records so that field access is now granted, all frequencies are active, all records are online. We bring our consciousness and attention back to Bell Rock to ring the bell for the 1212 portal. Is anybody getting anything as we enter?
A big wall of white flowers, and Raphael is waiting for us.
Still a lot of energy moving.
We're going into the top of Bell Mountain, down deep into the earth. And it's a very busy network of beings down there. And I get the sense that they're preparing. They acknowledge our presence there and ask us to look back up through this portal we came in through Bell Mountain. And as we're looking up, the sky is filled with some sort of extraterrestrial, like ships or clouds or vehicles. It's just filled. It's literally dotted.
They're ships.
Yes.
And they're busy down there, super busy and almost ignoring us, but they know that we're there.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Yeah.
I see it too, Tamara. I feel like I've been here before.
I feel like I've been here before too. This is something I've seen in my dreams now that I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
We're now all at the rim at the top of Bell Mountain, and we're sitting and we're looking up. And I have this sense that we are welcoming, that we're all there to welcome, and like the meet and greet committee almost. And they're flying in all different sort of formations. They're in different directions, kind of like birds do. And you think, how are they not running into each other? And that's what's happening.
Somehow we are all either receiving through our hands or we are giving them. I'm not sure which. Can you tap into that, Tamara?
I'm definitely, we are giving them.
That's exactly what I thought. Okay.
I have muscles twitching all over me.
Just think of holding your hands palms up if you feel, kind of like in yoga pose, if you feel like there's a lot of energy moving and you just want to regulate that energy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're all going somewhere now. It's almost like we're saying, hey guys, follow us. And we're taking them somewhere.
We're taking this time, huh? Okay.
I'm seeing this again, and I'm thinking it's the Grand Canyon, but it could be any canyon that's just really deep and large. And I'm seeing them kind of shoot off into different directions. Like there's a group going to maybe the Grand Canyon. There's another group going somewhere in Sri Lanka, is what they're telling me. There's another group going somewhere near the North Pole, like north of Finland. There's another group going on the equator in the Pacific somewhere.
But it's us all taking them individually. Like I have a group, you have a group. Yes,
Yeah,
Denise has a
yeah.
group. Like we all are. Yeah.
This is an interesting development. It's like we're stewards.
Well, because there's pods throughout the world, right? And we're activating. So we're showing them the places that we're activating and that we're going and that we're doing the work.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So some of these, these portals, they serve all different purposes. They're a place to come and go. They're a place to go underground. They're a place to go under the sea. So some of these places they're going, they won't be seen like they are in the sky. And all of these different vehicles are just from a million different places. It's mixed groups going to different places. And I think they're showing us, like, I mean, a lot of these places I don't know, but I think they're showing us. These are like, I don't want to say like they're Earth based, like they're home base on Earth. And we need to, what the message I'm receiving is that we need to place these dodecahedrons in these areas. The one on the Pacific is coming in through so clearly. Same thing at the North Pole.
Oh, I just got big tingles on that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I put the dodecahedron, I can't say that word. I put that in when I was in Cabo, and that was the Pacific.
Okay, wow.
And also, I was getting the sense that we see the traditional dodecahedron that it's flat faces. There's another version of it, or where they're stellated. Stellated means when all the different sides turn into their points, right? And they radiate out. So I will find a picture of that to help.
I
That's
feel
the
you,
one I
Vera.
draw a lot, Shelby. That's the one that's the multi-pointed star.
Yeah, that's a
That I
stellated.
draw a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're going to do with those is explode them. Because last night that was coming to me big time, but if I can do that real quick.
They keep coming back to this specific one. They want us to do something here. It's the place that I think where you placed yours, Monique, is in a direct line, like it's a ley line to this bigger place, and literally on the equator. It's like under the equator. It's in the ocean, beneath the ocean. Okay, they want us to do what we did the other day, where we take the dodecahedron and it expands and becomes this whole sphere.
I keep getting infinite energy source from those dodecahedrons.
Okay, so that makes total sense.
Put a quick pic in the chat for what it looks like extruded versus what it normally looks like.
So can we take a second and just focus on this energy portal at the bottom of the sea in the Pacific? It's something, but they want us in a circle, placing this dodecahedron. We're going to remain in it. It's going to expand and come all around us. And with that, yeah, let's do that, because they're telling me something's going to happen then.
So we're focusing on this portal at the bottom of the sea.
Wow, I have us all in a circle, and it is almost looks like a tornado. All the water just came up and literally is in the center of it, like a tornado, and it's going upwards to, I don't know where, maybe the equator, Tamara, I don't know. But it like sucked all the water out, and it's just one big stream going straight up.
Wow.
I'm freaking convulsing.
Yeah, there's so much energy.
Just think of regulating your energy. Yeah, I know it's like sometimes it's just intentionally setting that thought of, hey, just letting it regulate
Yes.
or optimize your energy. Yeah. And
Well,
if it helps, think of the toroidal field because that has a way of sending the energy out and returning in at an equal rate. So the torus would be a good one to think of for your body right now.
yes.
Okay, I'm not seeing this water come back. I'm seeing this water continuing to swirl, and we're now almost what I would call on dry land.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Wow.
I see it too. It's all up and it's all up, almost like a nuclear.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wow, this is crazy.
Okay, this space is where we are going to interact and work with all of these beings from other planets. They're now that the water's cleared and we're walking around and looking around, they're all they had been almost blurred in the background. They're all there.
I am getting so many signals from that.
Do we know, did they give us awareness of what part of the ocean this is, or it doesn't matter?
All I got, Pacific.
I
right
just
under
got
the equator.
a aha moment. This is another civilization very similar to Atlantis.
What?
Oh my God.
I've done this before. I've seen this before. I think that's why it's affecting me so much. Is I was just telling Tamara the other night, I've like this exact scene.
Does anyone know of any other civilizations?
It's not Lemuria, is it?
I think that it is. I think Lemuria is in the Pacific.
It is.
Well, Lemuria was said to be the capital was said to be what's left of Kauai and Hawaii, so
Yes.
it would
Yeah.
make sense. But it was a huge landmass.
Yeah, I feel it because I asked that question too a minute ago when I was trying to figure out who they were. And Lemurian came through, but they're not presenting like I've been seeing the Lemurians that we worked with in Mount Shasta and my guides.
I'm getting the sense it might be a different, what do you call this? Time, how do you say it?
like-
you know, yeah.
Different timeline.
Like
Different
another realm.
generational, like you've got,
Mm.
you know, early Romans and
Like
later,
ancient.
yeah.
Like ancient.
Yeah, like ancient Lemurian versus
You know what? Yes,
Right.
because that's exactly what I was thinking, Vera.
Definitely
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yep.
And I'm getting collective. Like it
And
might
it
be a
would-
collection of a lot of these same that all of you are mentioning, like you're all right.
Yeah. It would make sense that if the ones that are the ones that you're tapping into now, Tamara, don't feel the same because of the evolution of where the
Yeah.
ones that have continued are evolving
Okay.
into higher.
Yes, I agree.
But
Yeah, that makes sense because they do the energy feels different. I mean, it's not fearful or anything, but they're presenting as tall but like a pale gray, which I would tie in with other aliens, not Lemurians. But I think you guys are absolutely right. It's an amalgamation and it's an earlier time, and the energy was different. It was not as sophisticated. It was not as polished.
All right. Well, for these, I'm getting that what this is also related to this. I see the same beings at that belt where we first originated and went in and saw them working. Because what I see are they look like little people.
Yeah, little people. Exactly. I was going to say, because I think the Lemurians is tall, but they were little people down there.
Mm-hmm.
well, and from what I've gathered about Lemuria in the beginning, or even part of it, it was a conglomeration of different races that were alien species that were there. So it wasn't one particular race, but that it's now we refer to almost all of them as Lemurians because they all came from that area. But at that time, it was like a civilization from additional, from let's say the United States, you could say an American is something, but we all know that they're all the different things. But you would consider all of us over here in America as Americans.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Shelby, as you were talking, this is the message that I got. The message is that when we see the sky filled with all of these ships that they showed us at the beginning, that's when we need to return to this place. And they're telling me that we can do that, and telepathically we'll be able to communicate with and see each other through our third eye. So they're saying that, that at that point, this is what you're going to be given. Like, we won't have to have a Zoom call. We'll just see them, we'll meditate into that space, and we'll be there. So they're kind of giving us a preview, like a movie preview of what gifts that we're going to be given once this happens. Because at that point, they're saying that energy on everything changes. And this is where we started. We go back to this space.
It's the new earth.
So is there any symbol or visual that we key into mentally to access?
I'm seeing dodecahedron.
Okay. That's the overarching theme for the 1212 portal.
Oh, gosh, I guess that makes sense. Specifically showing me the one with the balls on the end.
Oh, the Roman, that's considered the Roman one.
That's the one they keep showing me.
They want you to use, or they want us to use that that model. Interesting, because I guess for them, for what they're trying to say to us is that's where all the points activate. Okay.
That's it. That's exactly what I'm seeing right now. Somebody had said that earlier. I don't know if it was you or not, but out of these ball points is like massive stuff's coming out.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Well, and I feel like that's like the seed of the whole thing, but it's just capturing it at its most basic form. Almost like a snapshot, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And are we to continue using the dodecahedron the way that we were guided from the last call?
Can you say that again?
I said, are we supposed to just use the dodecahedron the way that we were guided on our last call?
Not after we see the sky filled, because we won't need to. They're saying we can then go back to that space, take that basic model of the dodecahedron. We'll meditate into this space. We'll all see each other. We'll all be able to talk to each other and communicate. And as we concentrate on this dodecahedron, that's when those balls at each of the point kind of explode into energy and light.
I see it.
I just felt the energy from that statement. That was weird.
And it's almost like we'll gather together, but almost like like a hologram. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not us, and it's this is what's so exciting. When this happens, it's almost like we're here, everybody gets a free gift, you get a gift, and you get a gift, and you get a gift, and we're all being given this ability of telepathy that's going to come very easy.
It's like ancient times. That's where we were in ancient times. And along the way, we lost it. And so now it's reconnecting back to it.
Indeed. Go ahead.
I'm just connecting dots in my head. That's all.
I see us back on top of Bell Rock again, and now that's that wall of white flowers. I think they're lotus, but I'm not certain. And then Archangel Raphael is there again, and he wants to talk to us. And his arms are going out to his side. And he's saying that spread this is what he's saying. And he's using his hands to demonstrate. So I interpret that as we need to spread this dodecahedron energy.
Yep.
Yeah, they want us to go back and do more places. That's exactly what it is. Like we did the other day.
So, and just real quick, with people who didn't know this, I did this on the Isis temple, and I got a lot of energy there. And so I put I can't say that, dodecahedron there. So what I'm feeling is that the connection between the ancient time and now is some of us will be putting it in with the ancient times, and some of them will current to connect them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're saying that we're placing them into, where it's like by location, you're in two places at once?
Not necessarily. No, I mean, like I've been putting them in this timeline, but also in that timeline.
I'm just connecting those dots too, Monique. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are we talking about like going back into ancient times, or
yes.
Okay. I was like during whatever times in history that we feel called to do.
Yes.
that makes a lot of sense with the last one of the last podcasts that I listened to that I actually had pinged on was that because with us going into the new earth, there's a lot of lines that are converging and collapsing, and that there's parts and aspects of those timelines that are no longer needed, but there's also wisdom from within these timelines. And so it would make sense that if we're placing these dodecahedrons even in different timelines, maybe that there's almost like a preservation of that aspect of that timeline that will continue and move forward with us into the new timeline. And that was something I heard yesterday, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if we could do that tomorrow." So the fact that it's come back around into the timelines tells me that it's something that is to be mentioned.
Yes, and I feel like it will also heal, some of the
Yes.
troubles or, trauma that occurred during some of those.
It's definitely, yeah. Well, just like with the other day when we were healing, Shelby, that was such a succinct description, because I now have such a better grasp on what I've been doing the past couple years, and it's like expanded my knowledge of what I thought it was. And I'm just going to sidebar for a second. Vera, that piece of sacred geometry that I was given to work with in the circles, it had those balls on the end too, didn't it?
Yes. Oh, you're talking about the last call?
The one that we were given by that Galactic Council before I started working in the circles.
Yes.
Because I think those had balls on the ends as well. And I wonder if that was almost like a basic starting form, and then we've expanded into this. Regardless, what they want us to do now is pick two places. One today, one of an ancient time, and then as a group, bring that dodecahedron in, and that protection in, and that healing in, and with the pink light. So anybody have any ideas?
I have one for ancient.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, the first thing that comes to me that is an ancient tragedy that could be used for healing would be like in Germany and all of the destruction and World War World War II information. So I don't know exactly the location, but the timeline, especially preserving the knowledge that we gained from that and healing what was there feels. I mean,
the
that's
Holocaust.
Yep, the
Basically,
Holocaust.
it's a healing of the Holocaust and just the amount of density around, right, genocide and all of that. Yeah. We can,
That is such a great suggestion.
because you can tap into that energy and kind of feel icky already. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
can't do it. But just, I'm being told, guys, that in us doing that, that will help change that energy going towards a World War III.
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
because
Okay.
it preserves the knowledge that was gained from that terrible instance, but also heals what was traumatized to there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Is
got
anybody
so much
body
energy.
signals? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Do we want a specific place or just think of the time itself?
I think we can actually just think of the event sort of
Okay.
as a whole energy than a place, because they went through many different countries and so it's kind of like you'd be like, oh, all of Europe. It's like
Right.
Yeah. It's just symbolic, whatever we do.
Think of the camps, right?
Okay.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
even want to just hone in on the swastika, that's the sense I'm getting, because that was almost like the representation of that whole thing
Okay.
was the swastika.
Yeah.
If you can surround that.
Maybe we can do some healing of that ancient symbol that actually was meant for good that ended up
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
I was just
Put it
thinking
out
traumatized.
the
of it.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. Okay.
Bingo.
That's such a great idea.
I can get on board with that.
Getting an image of the swastika burning, and then it's like almost turning into white light fire. It's kind of weird. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Well, that helps to transmute it, right? To cleanse
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
Yeah. I saw it spinning really fast. And then after Vera chimed in, I was like, oh my God, it's the water spout, right? It's like spinning so fast and the fire comes up in the white and it's going straight up.
Oh my God, guys, we are way too in sync because I saw the same thing. I put the swastika in the dodecahedron. It started swirling so fast and everything's going up. I think we've all worked together before.
Mhm. And I don't know about you, but I see this dodecahedron just like spinning and spinning and spinning.
I'm sending
It's
it.
not stopping.
Yeah, I'm sending it love.
Yeah, we're starting to send back in to fill it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. As soon as the love comes forward, of course, Mother Mary comes through, but also Kali coming through
Mm-hmm.
of like that fierceness that is represented from her.
I worked with Kali in India.
And at one point I saw like all of the ascended masters that were the female ascended masters throughout the world. So like Kali, Isis, Mother Mary, White
Lakshmi.
Buffalo, Lakshmi, Light Buffalo Calf Woman, like throughout the entire world, like all of them, like kind of like standing around the world at that time, and like as if like we and them are the same.
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's amazing. I picked
Mhm.
Kali.
I think she already picked you.
I found a visual that might, I don't know if you guys are seeing this in the chat.
Oh.
The spinning dodecahedron, would that be a good?
Yeah, we've got another one for, I'll share with you, Michelle. We can send it through the thing in a bit here, the original
See in the
one.
chat.
I don't see it either.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
it's not.
yours. Maybe you sent it to one person on
Oops,
accident.
I sent it to one person on accident. Let's go to everyone and go to, let's try
Well, I
that.
thought you were talking about the OG one, Michelle. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This-
wow.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So it's a rotating.
Oh,
Which
I
is
love
super
it.
interesting because that
Wow.
reminds me of the UFOs that have been being sighted in New Jersey right now, and they all are spinning like that. Like it looks like that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Now I have to look.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm wondering if it's feeling like we're creating visual representations of what is going on.
I've been doing the pink light heart share on all
Mhm.
the victims and the persecutors and Hitler and
Yes.
on both sides. And
Yes.
it's really just this cloud of pink now. It's been really
Yep.
effective. And I see the swastika coming back down and basically just embedding into this beautiful pink cloud of light.
Beautiful. Yeah, I definitely feel that of even sending the love and sending the heart share and the forgiveness to all of those that were the perpetrators of it as well.
The forgiveness is huge, Shelby.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if at any point any of these people felt that they would be forgiven if they didn't continue forward and they didn't feel like it was too late, it's been too much has been happening. At any point they could have stopped, but they felt like there was no turning back because there would never be forgiveness for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm feeling really emotional because if they felt safe enough to put down their armor, then it wouldn't have escalated into such a very, very big.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
feel
don't
that,
even.
So do I.
Go ahead.
I mean, I feel what they were feeling, the just absolute nauseousness of having to realize that and can carry on.
Same.
It's visceral. Like it's just,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I want
Wow.
to just tell them like you are forgiven. You are forgiven.
I'm
And,
on board with
and we love you and we forgive you.
I think we
Because
all
that's
need
the same thing.
to inhale and exhale.
What's that?
I think we all need to take a big inhale and then
Yeah.
exhale this out. So we're moving a lot. Everybody can take one in. And let's just blow this out with sound.
Ah.
I feel like it's physically being filtered through my heart space.
Yep.
So like right as you said, let's take a deep inhale. Like I had just taken a big breath for that moment because I could feel it just like pushing through my heart space. Yeah. Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
you
Wow.
feel-
I'm seeing and feeling like the higher selves of those main, not even the main, but all of them, all of the perpetrator type characters and the higher self and the soul aspects of them coming forward almost like just with gratitude for the
Like
fact
so
that
much
we're,
gratitude.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, like thank you
Because
for forgiving us.
There were several of them that didn't want to do it, but they were forced to do it as well.
And even the ones that did want to do it signed up to do it because there was a part of humanity that it was required.
It had to be played out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing now.
And I
And
kind of
it,
took, like, I went back the other way, Shelby, and looked at each one of them as like their infant self, you know,
yep, yep.
before all of it, and
Mhm.
held them in my arms and gave them love.
Yeah, yeah.
Is anyone else seeing this? This is what I'm seeing is all of these, not the victims, but the perpetrators. They've now, with what the work we've been doing, they're like light, and their bodies are just blowing
They're
away
floating.
back,
Yeah.
going into
Mhm.
their higher self.
Yep. Yep.
It's like a fraction of, or a fractal of them is now, coming back, integrating.
Yep.
Integrating. Yeah, completion for sure.
And there's a lot of, emotion and love held for all of the victims, and not that there's not any for any of the ones that were considered the perpetrators, but that they need it the most in order for that cycle to end.
Mhm.
We're releasing the stagnant energy of that whole
Mm-hmm.
sort of just
Well,
right. I
the
mean, it's just
power, yeah, the power of forgiveness is the key to freedom. So
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes,
I
Moni.
think that tells us where our next our today's timeline is.
elaborate.
So after we're done with this timeline of the Holocaust, it's the same thing where last session we were doing, Gaza Strip for all of the victims, but now it's for everyone on the earth that are in that same energy, that same cycle, the same place of like, is it too late, or can we just stop
Mhm.
this now?
Mhm.
I'm getting massive body signals that is the present place that we need
Yep.
to heal. And it's not a place, it's the timeline.
Mhm.
It's where everyone is on that precipice of making that decision.
Yeah.
Are we ready to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Let's complete that the last one, and call forward all of those guides to finish any stagnant or left over energy that's still looking for healing and for redemption and for forgiveness, so we can allow those ascended master women that came forward to continue to work on any of that if there's any left over, and then we can move into the now we can move into the now timeline.
Thank you, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yan turiyan siya to ko yan satyan to koro ko yan sanjatayan.
I have got massive, it's like the energy and the body signals have not stopped, you guys.
yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
agreed. There's a lot.
Yeah. I've been holding this dodecahedron cupped in both of my hands this whole time, and it
Okay.
feels hot, which is really interesting. It's paper, guys.
Oh,
It better not.
Oh, You're-
It better not start on fire.
oh, it like bursts into flames
your
in your hand.
physical dodecahedron. Oh my goodness.
No, I've got the decahedron crystals around me, so I'm not like, yeah, but paper that would, we don't want that to combust.
I just set an intention that it is not allowed to set fire, but it is hot.
I'm seeing a lot of the people from now that are can be considered perpetrators type the villain character, and seeing them almost like morph into the younger versions of themselves, and where they don't or haven't been able to feel safe, and just kind of like almost like what Denise said earlier, like almost like rocking them and telling them like, you are safe, you are safe, you are safe, because it's the lack of safety that they're feeling inside of themselves that's creating the anger, the violence.
This wall of white flowers that I didn't know what it was. It's a wall of dodecahedrons.
Whoa.
And it's like we're placing them like everywhere all over the world and inside of people and in the air around the earth, which is the very first thing they saw us. It was just a very small snapshot of it.
I'm seeing them under like a line of olive trees.
Mm. Wonderful.
And that
I'm being challenged right now.
What you got, Monique?
Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scooping it up. It is heavy. It is so heavy.
Well, it's thick and it's dark and it's like smoke but dense.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, here I am, bitch. Come and get me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Calling upon Kali as support. Stand right beside you.
Whoa.
we formed a triangle behind you, Monique. We formed like a V shape behind you, supporting you.
It's getting lighter. Thank you.
Yep,
Wow,
I
that
could
was
feel
heavy.
it.
Ooh, I will be doing a clearing after this.
Yeah. Monique, I'm seeing you in this like red dress and it's flowing, but it turns into white. It's like, it reminds me of
Katniss?
oh my God. Yes.
Yes.
Reminds you of what?
Katniss Everdeen on Hunger Games.
Hunger
When
Games.
it like burns into
Yes.
the different color. Yes, that's exactly what I saw as soon as you said it. Beautiful.
Thanks, guys. I feel much better.
Yeah, let's
Wow.
Fucking
Phil-
intense.
yeah.
Yeah, that energy was
Like almost like
amazing.
angry.
Yes, I couldn't even speak during
If
that. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, it felt like, oh, you think I need healing? Oh, like
Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah, so he
And
was
It was
really
very
fighting it, huh?
angry.
Yeah.
Ego
Yep.
is
Angel wings right now.
I'm gonna fill that space with the heart share again now and call on Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene Fill that back up with light. Yes.
And I'm seeing faces, like all these faces.
Mm.
I think it came to me because I'm not afraid to work with the dark and I can handle it.
Mhm.
Well, you're fierce.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
Everyone has their unique roles in everything that we're doing and opening up and healing and accessing. So I think it made sense.
I love this group because of that. Everyone's got a piece to add in, and the puzzle. This group is really strong.
Oh, so strong.
Mhm.
Just so much energy moving this whole time, though. God,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like all catatonic from energy movements.
Mhm.
So
How do we feel the space is cleared? Not space, timeline, sorry.
Feels really good.
I think you did some heavy lifting for us there, Monique.
Yes, you
yeah, because
did.
all of a sudden it feels lighter for sure, like
I
daybreak light.
literally saw the devil's horns come at me. And they
Oh,
were
Wow.
like,
Mhm.
fuck you, bitch, we're coming. And I was like, okay. My
Wow.
my warrior came out and I was like, bam, 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 bam.
like lasers shooting out.
Oh shit.
I mean, come on, with Kali at your side, like, yeah,
Segment
come
was
at
there
me.
too. Segment's got my back too.
Mm.
So
Awesome.
I'm feeling the presence of Archangel Michael. Is anybody else feeling him?
Yes.
Yes,
That
yes.
would be the purple that I'm seeing. Yes.
Because you just don't fuck with Michael.
Mhm. Mhm.
That might be who wrapped his angel wings around me after that. So
I
I
bet
think
you it was,
Yep.
girl.
Yep.
So you're still in it, Monique, but we facilitated this silver, really fine filament of light that just kind of wound around you like you would on a string ball, but we can see you in the middle, and you are wearing a purple ground, and it's lifted you off of the ground itself, and you're just looking down at and seeing the clarity of everything that's been moved out. And now I understand why it was a purple gown, because that is Archangel Michael.
and I did do a frequency with him to clear me today before this call.
Oh,
wow.
that's awesome.
That makes
He is-
sense then.
He's not one to be trifled with.
No, but that was strong, man. That was pretty intense.
All right. Well done, you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Has everybody infused pink light with the heart share?
Let's do it now.
Yes.
Okay.
I see us giving the dodecahedrons and like the heart share energy to all of these UAPs, UFOs that are popping up around the world, and just giving them a test that if they're going to be shown, if they're going to be seen, that it's going to inspire and just place a little wonder
Mhm.
into those who see and are around.
The
And
message
I
that I'm
just,
getting is
oh,
those drones that are going over New Jersey right now are a total distraction.
Mhm.
Mm.
There was one in Texas just the other night as well.
Yeah, those are
really?
distractions. Those are not UFOs.
Mm-mm.
So it's like a smoke and mirrors thing, or
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay, like look at this so you don't look at the other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you don't look inside.
Mhm.
Mhm.
When you were saying that about the handing out the little dodecahedrons, I had a little Archangel Jophiel
Oh,
just kind of like signing in each one of those, like the message, like sealing it with the message and vibration of love.
Mhm.
Where do I get one of these dodecahedrons from?
You can go on
I'll put
Etsy. There's many crystal representations of it, small and big. You don't need anything big though. I mean, they have them in there. I can find you. I can probably send you a link.
Yeah.
there's
I've been
there's even the one that Vera put in the chat, like that one where it has the little dots on the edges.
Yeah.
Like on Etsy, there was one, I think it was like 25 or $28 for like a
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
3D printing them, and so it's not like they have to be crystal, but it depends on what you want to work with. I've been working with the dodecahedron for over a year before we even started going through
Wow.
this whole thing.
I
So
love
yeah.
that, Vera.
Yeah.
Well, is
I
yours
wonder I wonder
crystal?
if I can find one in copper. Because
Oh yeah,
like
I'm
the
pretty
one
sure
with
they
the
have one in
pointed
there.
stars and the pointed ends and the circles, the one that you had put in the chat. I wonder if you
Yeah.
could get that one in copper. But I do love the idea of having some crystal ones too. Like the small versions, like the 1 or 2 inch
Oh
ones.
yeah,
Like
Like little
they're
palms.
I really want like a
just
whole handful of those so that I could do crystal grids with them.
so they
You know
have
what I
them
mean?
on
Like
Ooh.
over
Etsy.
certain areas, like if you wanted to do a crystal grid over certain ley lines and over like certain like places over the world or whatever, like I want to do like a crystal grid with those like certain places.
So
Just I was thinking about that yesterday.
in your mind, are you like building the grid and then mentally projecting where it's going?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but I'm
what I was
also a
thinking.
very visual person, and so
Uh-huh.
like it taps me in a lot faster that way. So
Yeah.
that's
No.
why like I built a dodecahedron to hold in my hand today because for me it just like it activates it
It
so
anchors
much.
energy. No, makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense. And so if you
absolutely.
go, yeah, if you go on Etsy and look for Roman dodecahedron, that's the one with the spheres on the different points. But there's like a ton of them on there.
Okay.
There's so many people using that in the different formations, and I kind of feel like with the dodecahedron, you have the flat sides, and then you have the stellated for the like kind of sending out the energy. But the Roman
So
dodecahedron, yeah, so
so Vera, what is the one that is the dodecahedron exploded out that looks like the multi-pointed star? What's that one called?
stellated. Because
Stellated.
yeah, so all they did
Okay.
was they took each of the flat sides and then they took all the points into its very, you know what I'm saying, to that very apex,
Yeah.
and so that's why it's stellated. Yeah. But they're
So
all the same
that's
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one that is like my personal energy symbol or something. Like that's the one that like has been popping up for me for like a year now with
Oh,
everything. And
cool.
I just keep calling it this multi-pointed star. And during my session with Shelby, like all of my timelines had this multi-pointed star and it was like hard for me to explain, but that's it. And I was looking back in my dream journal and I've drawn it like 5 or 7 times.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's the one, like that's a very
Significant
powerful.
one to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, if you're ever curious on being in meditation and placing that above your crown and using it to bring in frequencies or send out frequencies, it's a very efficient tool. if you ever
No, I
feel like
love it.
experimenting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, while you guys were talking, Michael Angel, how do you say his? God, I'm so bad.
Archangel Michael?
Thank you.
Yes.
Came in and just cleared me.
Nice. Good. I think you needed it.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because my hands were going crazy
He did an energy reset on you, like an energy field reset.
just now.
I
Yep.
love that.
And right during 111.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Texas
that's
time.
awesome.
Yeah, I know, because
Yeah.
11:11 just passed on our side too. Yeah, no, absolutely. There you go. Because Pacific time's 11:11, it's 111 somewhere, and yeah,
It's crazy.
Freaking crazy.
I love this shit.
it's well, there's
Mhm.
it's crazy.
So I am personally gonna have to go here shortly. I have a
Yeah,
hard
so I was gonna
stop
ask
in
about
like
that.
10
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay, so Tamara, do we feel like we received everything as far as messaging awareness? Is there anything else anybody's getting as far as guidance?
I keep remembering that David Wilcock, do you guys know that guy? He did a lot about the dodecahedron and platonic solids and all the symmetry of it in physics. And so he's got a website called Divine Cosmos. I'll just send you guys the page if you want to
Yeah,
skip.
send it in the co-session group. That way I can look at it. I would like that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really interesting and that's where I got the picture from. Because
I remember
he was
that,
talking
Michelle.
about this like a while ago.
His name sounds familiar to me, so I might have looked at it before, but I'm
I've been
not
I
in
think
sure.
I've seen him on Gaia.
listening to
I think
him.
I've seen him on Gaia or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably where I saw him too, because I watched all the stuff on platonic solids on Gaia.
Yeah, I go in and out whether or not I believe him. You know how it is. You listen to someone, you're like, yeah. No.
Tamara, are you still there? Tamara?
I have to cut off. I'm in front of the terminal now. I gotta go. So just take me down, but I didn't get anything else, but it was so incredibly beautiful.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so if you gotta
Thanks,
go.
Tamara.
Well, thank you so much.
Love
Thanks,
you, Tamara. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know she had a hard stop too. So we gotta wind down and pull
Yep.
back in. So just if everyone can get into comfortable position, just take an intentional breath in through the nose and let out your breath through the mouth as a release of the energies starting to balance and level out your energy. As I move to close the records, I'm going to request Source Light Records back into the palm of my hand for Tamara Pasick, Denise Scott, Ellen Warren, Winnie Casper, Michelle Passion, Shelby McGee, Michelle London was with us. Myself, I'm going to ask for Source Light Records to come back into this center in the palm of my hand. As I direct that energy, turn my palm back over to the cosmic table of light and give gratitude for all the healings, clearing, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude that we have received together in session. Giving gratitude and honoring and acknowledging the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, and beings of light that step forward to support us as well. As I continue to move to close the records and exit field access from the Akasha, I also set the intention that all cords, connections, bindings, contracts, portals, vortexes, energies, whether intentionally or unintentionally created, be fully and completely released as we start to detach from the field, so that we may travel the divine light path again through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, legs, feet, through the earth star, down into the crystalline core of the planet, feeling our energy bodies and consciousness connect back in with Mother Earth, balancing and centering here, so that we may move back up through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing even farther into our reconnection to source. Feeling our energy body start to balance again as we travel back through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, homing and centering into our heart space, collectively expanding our hearts into the universe, asking and requesting that you place your palms up, upload gratitude into the universal collective. And to share the energy that we access today of healing, asking to continue that frequency to propagate through all timelines. And as we release that intention, we start our journey back into Mother Earth's sacred space, setting the intention to process and integrate all that has been transmitted and all that has been received. Continuing this flow state, knowing that we are one with the all and the all is one with us, allowing us to find our center point back into our home base so that we are anchored back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane, Aliyashua, so it is so. Imagine a point of or a beam of light above your head splitting into the two sides of you and just right below the bottom of your feet, creating a final seal. And with each seal, we receive a blanket of strength, and with each seal, we receive a blanket of calm, and with each seal, we receive a blanket of stability so that we are back into our earthly 3D carbon-based bodies. So I know some people have hard stops. Thank you for everyone just jumping in and doing this at the last minute. I know it was kind of a little haphazard with everybody, coming on a little late or having to leave. But thank you so much to everybody, because every time we do this, it's always mind blowing for me.
It was amazing. Thank you, Vera. Once again,
look how red my face is, guys. I'm like, look how red my face is.
No, I was gonna say you look rosy.
Yeah, the amount of energy that went through me. Oh, and it didn't catch fire, thank God. Or Michael. I mean, not sure who we're thinking for that one, but yeah, that was a lot of energy. I did want to say something that I think I really have a better understanding of what my role is here. I love how everyone's like, we all have these different roles and stuff, and so many of y'all are vocal of what you see and everything, and it's like, my role is definitely just letting the energy pass through and transmute. I feel like I'm like a sponge that just kind of soaks it all in and pushes it out with that heart energy, and it's beautiful and amazing, and I'm full of so much gratitude right now. So yeah.
No, absolutely. Everybody has their role in this, whether it's, obvious or not. I know sometimes people may feel like, oh, hey, someone's more vocal and whatever, but we're all sharing in this energy and that expansion. And it's through this group and collective effort that happens, right? Because like I said, I may lead these, but without all of you participating, none of this can really move forward the way that it's done. So I'm always grateful for all of you guys, because it's always mind blowing each time. I'm always humbled and amazed still.
Yeah, me too. And Vera, let me tell you, I mean, listening to you lead us in and out is just,
yes,
the bee's knees.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question, Vera. Can I listen to just the first part of that when you like say all our names, including mine, and then cut it off and go to sleep? Like, I
I've
kind of want
never-
to see what that would happen if I like listened to it right as I went to sleep.
I would say experiment, because on my side, that's unknown territory in the sense that I don't know if people are able to use it as sort of like a launching point, right? So I'd say experiment with it because it's recorded. And I mean, what I can probably do is just record sort of like that entry point and just, send it out. And like I said, experiment and see if maybe that helps assist you in your astral, astral
Because
travel.
I'm so active on the astral plane in my dream state. Much more than I am in this,
In the waking
reality.
state.
Me too, Ellen. Me too.
And
Big
Denise,
time.
when she asked that question, Denise, you made a face, and I'm like, what's the purpose of your face? What were you thinking when Ellen asked that question?
Okay. So the only thing I was thinking is bringing you back. I mean, clearly you'll bring yourself back, but is it necessary? The way, Vera, you call us back in the end and like seal it off with everything.
Well, I can listen to that part first thing in the morning when I wake up too, of calling me back. So
Okay, yeah, I mean, we could
like
experiment
set an
and see.
alarm.
Yeah.
Or when you do it, even if Vera's going to record it, like it can be in the recording of the beginning, like set the intention that when it's time to wake up, that it's going to be closed off as well.
Yes.
We could try it. We could try it.
That's smart.
That way,
my ears ringing
of...
super, super like intense right now. So that feels like a yes.
Yeah. That way you don't leave little strings of Ellen out in the ethers.
In the ethers.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Bring it all home. Bring it all home.
Or I just don't wake up. That would be so scary. You're like, has anyone heard from Ellen in like 5 days?
I think what's possible to happen is you're kind of in a weird half state of, because you have to wake up here, but you probably have some energy tethering from that. That's because I know with Tamara, sometimes she felt like she wasn't able to come down, and I had to kind of really work to help her. Yeah. She's experienced that, but yeah, no, thanks to everyone for that. Let me see if I can come up with something around that, and send that into the group. And then, let's I'll put out for the next session and see who can join on that next one.
Yeah,
Thank you
good
so
job,
much,
everybody.
you guys.
Thank you.
Sending love and light.
Sending love and light to everyone.
Love and
All right.
light.
Take care.